Yo, I wanted to talk about darkness. Like darkness and like shadow work. What prompted me to talk about this is I'm about to head back home. I was out at the park. I was getting to my car. I was like, what if I record it right now? And I was like, what's on my mind? And I just like put on the camera and just saw myself. At first I was like this. At first all I could see was like dark before the camera adjusted. And I was like, darkness or shadow work, like chilling in the dark, you know. And it's funny because a lot of times, like the topics for like my videos, sometimes it'll be like planned out. Like it's something on my mind for a while. I mean, okay, now that I'm sitting down, I can record and talk about this topic. But also sometimes it's just random. Just like now. I just got in the car, about to head home. I just got some church's chicken. This joint smacking. Got it for the first time actually. I don't know how I never had church's chicken, but this shit smack. Anyway, oh yeah, darkness, shadow work. Something that has been on my mind that has to do with shadow work is like accountability, because I wanted to make a video at some point talking about basically I guess the main topic would be shadow work, but one of the aspects of it that was very important for me is extreme accountability, taking extreme accountability. And first of all, my definition of shadow work. What's my definition of shadow work? I think it means different things for everybody. There is no one way of doing it. For everybody, it looks different. But to me, shadow work means dealing with yourself in your entirety, including your darkness. You know, it's looking at the darker versions of you, or your shadow, you know, or your lower self versions of yourself, or the parts of yourself that you want to improve. Maybe it's has to do with insecurities or trauma or shame or self-doubt, you know, or not believing in yourself. Anything that is like negative, you know, in your life. That's what I kind of describe it as. And it's also like healing. It's like healing yourself through confronting those dark parts of yourself. And I mean everything. It's like no rock is left unturned with this. I recommend you don't leave any rocks unturned. And I made a video a little while ago. Actually, no, I might sit back in a little bit. My back kind of. I'm right here so the light can shine on me. But you know what? That's about darkness, man. Let me chill back here in the darkness. In the dark. So, what was I saying? Oh, healing. Oh yeah, I made a video a couple videos ago talking about self-love. I was basically talking about healing in there as well. And one of the points I made was that it's like I brought up the example of like what self-love looks like for me, and how for me it's a lot of things, but one of the ways is also sacrifice. It's sacrificing the now for later. You know, you might be tired now or not feel like doing something now, but you know that it'll benefit you later. And that can be applied to many things. You be wanting to work out, you could have a goal of losing weight or gain a muscle or whatever, but you're tired right now, but you know, like you know what, I'm still doing it. I'm gonna I don't have, maybe not gonna go all out, but I'm gonna do something, you know, to stay consistent, so I can, you know, this can help out later. And an example in that video I gave was was me knowing that I have to wake up early the next morning. I mean, but it's like the night before, and I'm hella tired. I don't feel like doing nothing. I just want to lay in the bed and just knock out. But I'm like, you know what? I know I'm gonna be tired in the morning, and I'm not gonna feel like doing this in the morning. Plus, I'll be tired and groggy, and it's like another thing to worry about in the morning. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it, even though I am tired right now, in this very moment. I don't feel like doing it, but I love myself so much that I'm going to just do it for myself in the future. You know, that's not the end all be all of love, and you know, but that's like a true example for me. That was the case for me, because like literally when that happened that happened to me a while ago. So I did that for myself. Immediately when I made that decision, I'm like, you know what? I love myself so much. Like, I'm so grateful for the relationship that I have with myself. You know. So, anyway, that's not even the point I was trying to make. A point in that video I was trying to say was that I said that you know, the healing never stops. Self-love, yeah, like healing never stops. And it's like, only you can do the work. Nobody else can do the work for you. And it is what it is. Feel how you want to feel about it. That's life. You have to do the work for yourself. Yes, having a therapist, having people you can confide in, and having mentors and people you trust, people to talk to about certain things, yes, or books or series, YouTube videos, whatever, can help you so much. There's so much helpful content out there, helpful people, helpful advice and wisdom that people give. But it's like, at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. Nobody else, yo. And with that, it's like, if you don't do the work now, it's not going away. If there's things that you're dealing with right now, where you're dealing with aspects of your shadow self, or maybe your lower self, or things you want to improve on, or you feel like you're holding yourself back, you feel like you're the one creating a mental cage or creating limitations on yourself, it's like, you can heal yourself from that. You can overcome that by yourself. Yes, you can help people can help you, but at the end of the day, you do it yourself. And it could take, for everybody, it takes different forms, different ways, it takes a different amount of time. But one thing that I know for certain is that if you don't deal with it now, it's going to come up again and again and again and again and again and again and again until you deal with it. So I say, why not deal with it now? Why not deal with it now? You know, you can do it. I'm telling you, you can, like, and it's not easy. I was saying that in that video, that it's not easy, but it does get easier. I will say, you know, it definitely does get easier, so much easier, to the point where the same stuff don't even affect you no more. The same anxious thoughts or doubts about yourself, or if you would project onto other people, or you would think about what other people think of you, whatever, you can do the work on yourself and heal yourself to a point where, if those same thoughts that come up, like before, say you're I don't know, you want to do something like an event, or you want to perform, or anything where you want to be seen. But this could apply to anything. But this example, say it's something where you are passionate about doing something, but you're going to be seen by people, you're going to be perceived. And let's say in the past, where if that situation happened, you had thoughts of, oh, I wonder what this person would think about me, or what if this happens, or whatever. I hope they'll like it. I hope this person will like it. Or what if I say this wrong thing, whatever. And you would get anxious about it, and maybe to the point where it stops you from doing it. Or maybe why are you doing it? Where maybe you get analysis paralysis and freeze up, or whatever. Like, you know, the same thoughts, those thoughts that were centered around other people's feelings, those thoughts that were thoughts of self-doubt in the past, that really they those thoughts came to you and they stuck and affected you in a way to where you became extremely anxious, you can do the work on yourself to where in the future, and it takes time over time to where you can overcome that, to where those that thought can still come up again, but you're like, man, that don't even resonate no more. That's not even me. That's how I used to be. Those thoughts have no power over me. You know, that dark aspect of myself that was real cynical, self-criticizing, just real negative all the time. That don't even resonate no more. Not like that used to be me, but that's not me no more. You know, I'm a whole new person. It's like this applies to so many different things, but you can heal. I'm telling you, you can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. You have to. Literally, you're the only one who can truly heal yourself. Nobody can do the work for you. It is what it is. And I feel like it gets so much easier when you accept that. If you haven't accepted that, I'm telling you, that's life. That is life. You know, there's certain things, you know, we can't change. And there's a reason for it. There's a reason why we are the only ones who can do the work within ourselves that nobody else can. But anyway, I wanted to say that it takes, so there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of different phases and levels and layers to healing, to shadow work. And it's just like healing, the shadow work is a constant thing, you know. You never stop healing, never stop doing the work on yourself, you know. But you get better and better. You get better. Oh wow, it's quite simple, really. It was like a YouTube notification, somebody video. It's quite simple, really. Wow. It's confirmation. It's a car driving by. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but the main point I wanted to get to in this video, and it's something I've been wanting to say for a while, is that it takes extreme accountability. I think I touched on this a little bit earlier, but I want to get more into it. It takes extreme accountability. No more putting stuff off. Like you know what you need to work on. You know what your limiting beliefs are. And if you don't, write them, like, think about what you want to do. Like if you've been struggling with something and you know it's like, yo, something needs to change. You know, it's like, see what it is. It's like you can figure it out by, say, you know something's off. Basically, it's like you can be your own self detective. You know you best. You know you best. You know, you can find out what your limiting beliefs are. Just look at what resistance are you facing. And they're like, am I causing any of this resistance? Is this because of limitations on myself? You know, maybe it's something that somebody else told me about myself that I just internalized, but I don't actually think that's true. But yet I'm healing to undo that conception of myself. You know, it's like, so yeah, it's confronting those things within yourself and taking extreme accountability, and it's being real with yourself. If you are holding yourself back, a lot of times that can be very humbling. It's like, damn, like this whole time the answer was me. It was myself. I was holding myself back. Yes, this person was saying this. They were saying the very things that I believed about myself that was holding myself back. But I believed it. I chose to believe that, which was me placing that limitation on me. They can say whatever they want. I choose whether or not I agree or not with what they saying about myself. You know, it takes that kind of extreme accountability with yourself to really see yourself and see your own limitations, your own mistakes or things that you can improve on, you know. And you have to be coachable to yourself. You got to be coachable to yourself. I'm telling you, like, if you're the type that can't take criticism without thinking somebody coming for you, You gotta work. I'm telling you, you gotta work on that. You gotta work on that, because chances are you can't take criticism from yourself. Or maybe you are cynical of yourself or overly critical of yourself to where you're putting yourself down. You know, it's like a lot of shadow work for me is having a good relationship with yourself. You know, having a good relationship with yourself, giving yourself grace or yourself accountable, but just like loving yourself. Really just loving yourself and wanting the best for yourself, you know, and celebrate your wins and reflect on your losses. In my opinion, you know, the only loss, what's that thing? It's like a quote or something. It's like the only losses, the only true losses you take are the ones that you don't learn from. Like, learn from everything. Look at your past. You don't have to look at your past as a cage. I say this all the time. Like, you don't have to look at your past as like, oh, I'm this way now because this happened in the past, or oh, I'm da da da. You know, you don't have to put yourself in a victim mentality. You don't have to blame your circumstances or just who you are on everything from the past. You can choose. You can choose to heal. You can choose to heal yourself. You can change your reality. If it is something that you want to change, you can do it. I'm telling you. But it starts from within. You have to be real with yourself. Whew. You know? And it takes time. You know, a lot of these lessons, if there's anything... So, with what I'm saying, maybe, I don't know, you don't fully grasp what I'm saying right now. But maybe there's one thing that grasp with it, but other stuff you don't. Or maybe there's certain things you do, certain things you don't. Like, certain things are meant for us to understand that certain, like sometimes we don't understand certain things until certain points in our lives. Until we went through this thing, you know, until we've shifted into this person, or it just be the person telling you it, you know. If you're watching this, take this. Hey, if you're watching this, take this as a sign to do the work on yourself. You can do it. Just go ahead and do it. You know, really cultivate that inner garden within yourself. You know, your internal environment, how you view yourself, how you treat yourself is so important. Because if you treat yourself with the utmost respect and grace and compassion and love, and just, it's like grounding within yourself to the point where anybody else you interact with, interact with you, you're not taking no shit from nobody because you love yourself. You know? So it's like, I love myself so much, I'm not even gonna let you disrespect me like this. I'm not even gonna put up with this. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, there's a lot more I could say, but that's how I'm feeling right now. I just want to get that message out. As I'm chilling in the dark, talking about darkness, talking about shadow work, you know. And darkness don't gotta be so dark or like bad, you know. Darkness can be like a springboard that springs you forward. You go through this one thing, but then boom, it taught you this thing, which formed you into this person, this version of you that you're always meant to be, you know. And it's like, you can look at the bad stuff as like, what is there to learn from this opportunity? And yes, it's tough when you go through shit. I know it's tough when you going through shit. And I'm gonna be sharing more and more stuff that I've gone through on here, but it's tough, especially when you're in it and it feels like you're of it. You're going through whatever. But look at what you learned when you came out of that pain. You know, turn that pain into purpose. Like, it's all about how you shift your mindset. If you can go through this pain, go through whatever in life, and have the mindset of like, oh, this always happens to me. You know how magnetizing your mind is when you believe something and you repeat something? That's why it's so important to have that good relationship with yourself, which includes your thoughts, because it's like what you think, what you do frequently is your frequency. What you think frequently becomes your frequency. If you live in life, you thinking, oh, this always happens to me, or I'm gonna get pulled over, or I'm gonna get a ticket, or somebody's gonna hit me, or I'm gonna lose money here, or this relationship is never gonna last. It always happens to me. Da, da, da. What you think gonna happen if you literally are putting out that frequency of like negativity because of your thoughts? What do you think gonna happen? Now think of the opposite. And there's the whole reason why I'm saying this, because I've done this and it truly works. If your frequency is always like, oh, the universe always conspires in my favor, everything always happens for a reason, I have everything I need right when I need it, everything happens just the way it was meant to be, like, or I'm blessed, I'm lucky, good things always happen to me, and that's what you constantly think, and you truly believe it, yo, I'm telling you, like, it's about inner work, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, I won't make this too long. It was just 21 looking at the camera. But do the work. Take this as a sign. You can do the work within yourself. I highly encourage you. And you don't have to do it alone. There's a lot of support you can have. Just know that at the end of the day, you are the one that does the work, and you may want it now. You may want the better life, or become a different person, or be more confident, or be whatever now. But you gotta let go of that too. You gotta let go of a specific point in time or a specific destination, wanting that outcome now, because it's a journey. Love and healing and shadow, it's a journey, yo. I'm telling you. So just trust. Everything happens for a reason. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. And yeah, man, stuff just take time. You gotta let go of wanting it now, wanting it at a certain time or point in life. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. But you can at least start. You're already on it, honestly, for real. So anyway, I don't know. I just want to get that encouragement and just my opinion about shadow work, what it means to me and what it entails. So yeah, do the work. That's all for now. Peace.